Hi everyone, welcome to another BDSM Bites brought to you by thecage.co, a friendly, kink-positive BDSM community. Today we're going to discuss how to move forward when a boundary is crossed in your DS dynamic. Before we proceed, please note that this discussion and BDSM in general are for consenting adults only. Boundaries. We all have them, but our idea about boundaries can be messy and may vary when actually doing a thing. Boundaries may also not be as simple to respect as we think when we find ourselves approaching a boundary during play. For example, when you're hot and bothered, the activities on the other side of a boundary may sound hot, even if your logical brain knows you'll regret it later. Or when you're deep into a scene and everything is going amazingly, you may not feel comfortable speaking up for fear of destroying the entire scene. Boundaries can also be crossed with malicious intent. If that's the case, please check your relationship for other red flags and proceed accordingly. It may be time to end it. Crossing a boundary can happen with the best intentions, and if that happens, there are ways to move forward. First, talk about it. As soon as you're comfortable having a discussion about the experience, both you and your partner should sit down and talk about what happened. Depending on how the scene went, your partner may not even be aware that something has happened that made you uncomfortable. Take some time to process. After your initial conversation, there is going to be a lot of emotions going on inside of you. You might feel guilt or discomfort, or even feel terrible for not using a safe word or for letting a scene go too far. While processing, try to keep your scenes and activities well within your comfort level. Stick to cuddles, activities, and kinks that are everyday, tried and true comfort favorites. Share your feelings. When you're both ready and it's possible the other person may need more time, come together to discuss what happened in detail. Avoid assigning blame. Even if there's direct responsibility involved, playing the blame game is likely to put someone on the defense. This can make it even harder to have an honest discussion about what happened. Instead, talk about what happened and how you feel about what happened. This conversation is about making sure everyone feels like they've been heard, understood, and supported. Come up with a plan for the future. After you've both had time to discuss and process what happened, it's time to ask yourselves, how can we keep it from happening? Explore all the factors that went into the scene that may have been out of the ordinary. Remember, everyone gets a say in this conversation. Next, come up with a game plan to avoid crossing boundaries again in the future. Your game plan will be unique to the circumstance and your relationship, but some potential ideas may include the top, checking in more often and receiving verbal or physical confirmation from the bottom before letting the scene continue. Setting new boundaries or limitations that are further away from the activity that was uncomfortable. Or changing your pre-scene negotiation to only do activities on an allowed list versus allowing all activities aside from where boundaries are set. Remember, there's no reason either of you need to jump back into kink or anything near the activity that caused discomfort anytime soon. Give your minds and bodies and relationships some time to heal and repair. Take care of yourself and each other. Learn more about how to manage crossed boundaries in our latest Cage Magazine article at thecage.co, where you'll find many other informative articles on kink, fetish, and BDSM. And don't miss all of the new discussions, blog posts, and new members from all over the world. Thanks for watching this BDSM Bites brought to you by the Cage BDSM community. See you next time.